Hi, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We're going to use the Christmas Sweet Treats from 1997. This is a wonderful set that I have with the little gingerbread man there, and we are going to do an interactive card that I think you're absolutely going to love. I'm going to use a 120-pound cream cardstock from Michaels. I love this cardstock. If you can find it, it truly is a nice thick cardstock to get a hold of. And the thing that is important here, this is the Sizzix gingerbread house, and you're going to use I'm going to use the Big Shot Pro because I need the length. I'm using the full sheet of paper right now, and I'm measuring the outside of the die first, and that is going to give me the negative space that I need. And then when I bring it back from die cutting, you're going to see that I fold the card up so that I get an exact placement. I take my pencil, I draw it out so that when I put this on the other side, I'm going to get a center, it's going to meet in the center when you fold it as an interactive card. And it works every time. But this is an unusual card. I can't wait to get started on it. Not only do I'm running it through the second time so that I have two, and I'm showing you I am using two more Stampin' Up sets right here, and I was going so fast I don't even know what the names of them are. Sorry. Yeah, it's really late in the morning here that I'm doing this voiceover, but I wanted to get this card up because I really enjoyed making it. And there is the gingerbread house, and like I said, I am running it through the die cutting machine with the innards inside there. See how I popped out the two innards? Because believe it or not, we're going to put those innards back in, but only halfway. See on that one right there? I am putting some medical tape down to hold them because we are going to put double-sided tape. Once we have the tape on there, I'm scoring it extra well. And see, when I fold that over, I take my bone folder to make a wonderful crease, because that house has to sit right on top of the other house, right like that. So that bone folder is absolutely wonderful for this. And I don't want you to see any shadow of this gingerbread house. I want them to meet perfectly, and they do. Now what's holding that on there, I love the illusion of having the acetate, because it looks like that house is just floating in air because we pulled it out a 1/16 of an inch. It is not meeting up to the cardstock. If you see it there, it is pulled out a 1/16 of an inch, and with the acetate on there, it truly looks like the gingerbread house is floating. So what you want to do is set it down on your work surface, take a piece of, this is 3-inch Suquang double-sided tape. You can use any double-sided tape. Place it down so that you grab a hold of the inside of the gingerbread house. See how it has it pushed out a 1/16 of an inch? But now's the exciting part. We're going to take a piece of, and yeah, hold on, Carol. You're going to take another piece, and it's going to sit over top of that die cut that is protruding out. And be very gentle right here. See how the tape is exposed, and then you put your acetate on there, and you have to do it really gentle. I know I'm going a million miles an hour, but I was doing it very gentle. You do not want any creases here. So here I have it. I'm placing it so it's sticking out a 1/16 of an inch approximately, just so it looks like it's floating. It has no attachment to the card whatsoever, so that when I put that acetate on there, I love the look of this gingerbread house just floating. It looks like it's attached to nothing because of having the double-sided tape and the acetate there. So it really is wonderful. Now here's the piece you have to be careful, because if it gets stuck anywhere, you're going to put a crease, and it's not going to look right when the acetate goes down. So I'm holding it there with my pokey tool, and notice I have it a 1/2 inch over the fold. I don't want it, when I put the paper down in the middle, I don't want you to see the acetate, the crease of the acetate. So now I'm fussy cutting all the way around that gingerbread house And look at that. That house looks like, when you fold it, it does look like it is floating in air. Now, we have the tape exposed, right? Guess what we're doing? Glitter. Oh yeah, you get to use up all that glitter you have sitting around. So I've made the nice sunshine coming through the window. I wanted a nice Christmas red door, and you can decorate it to your heart's content because you have the double-sided tape, and that double-sided tape is going to hang on to whatever glitter you put on there. So now I decided to just pour it out. Yeah, I'm just pouring it right on there. Before I was being really careful with a little wee spatula, and now no, the spaces are bigger so you can do this. And look at that, it looks beautiful. And then you can take your blush, I used a blush brush to get it all off, and it's stuck to that double-sided tape, and when you close it, it looks like the sun is shining in that window. Now this is Stampin' Up! Paper. It is, I think it's mailing paper actually, and I really liked the look of it. I put it through the Stampin' Up! Heart embossing folder so I could get some dimension. I'm putting that on the front and the back, and I want to get it even right there, the hearts on either side. And now I am just going to press that crease in there, and I'm going to cut it with the cutting knife. And all you do is have a light hand. You don't want to cut through your card, right? But you have that acetate there, so it kind of holds it nicely up so that you don't cut through. And it looks so pretty. And this is one of my favorite shabby chic cards. You know I love to do shabby chic vintage cards. And here I took the Stampin' Up! Brown Sugar, and I'm going over just the hearts. And look at that. I'm doing one on the back, one on the front, and it looks so puffy with those hearts. Fold it over the paper because the paper's nice and light. It is not really thick paper. Then I cut the edges, and beauteous. It looks wonderful. So the brown sugar is going all over it, and we're going to move on to the next element. Now right here I skipped a great big part. I'm using Real Red Stampin' Up! Ink here to do the gingerbread house on the inside, but do you see how I have that brown on the outside of the house? It is brown embossing powder. It is, but I decided I didn't like it. So I skipped the whole process of doing that, and right here I'm using Stays On Liquid, and I'm going in because I want the house to be gold and the bow to be brown, but I thought I just didn't like that dark brown on there, so I'm just pretending it's not even there. Yes, I went through all that trouble to go all the way around the edges, make a mask and everything, but you know, sometimes you just don't like it and you have to change it up. So I decided to take some 6x6 paper after I finish here with the Real Red ink, and I go over, and this is the outside, excuse me, it's the outside. So now here, this is a little bit, you have to be pretty precise here. So when I said, what I thought of doing is taking a 6x6 piece of paper, pushing it over the side, taking my die, running the die over top of the paper so that I had a little bit of movement right here to put this down. I liked the brown and I liked the blue on that paper, but I needed to make sure I had enough paper on the edges in case so I had movement. And then I just cut the space in the middle around that nice gingerbread house. I put that down, and I took my X-Acto knife and I cut the outside perfectly. It was wonderful. So here I'm making a matching little door. I just folded the end over, and I want it to open and close, so I took a piece of paper like that blue one you're looking at over top of the gingerbread house, and it was from an extra piece that I had cut out. And now here's the outside of the guts to that die. I'm using some tacky glue, and I'm putting it around the edges because this really does look like it is in space when you put this on there, that it's floating. I took a baby wipe, and it's not touching. I want you to know that is not touching anything. It's barely touching the tape. that we put down, and that's what's holding it there. And then when you push it in to the die, the edges of that are catching onto the paper, and it looks beautiful to have that on there. So here I'm cutting it out, and I'm cutting some of the acetate away, folding the paper, and making sure that everything is in line all the way across, and I'm folding it, and they both have doors. And there's the other one. Then I put a red bead on each door so it had a door handle, and there's the bead. I'm just taking it out right there and using my glue gun to put it down. And then when you open the door, it has gold on the inside. So pretty. So here I cut 3 pieces, 2 white, 1 with another sheet of paper, and another of the outside that I'm putting down right here. And you notice it's just catching on to the actual edge with the glue. And both of those sides, they look really pretty. There's nothing sweeter for a Christmas card than a gingerbread house and gingerbread men. So now another element, we're going to use our fuse tool. Oh yes, what is not more exciting than this? We get to do some fusing. What I did here is I just took a piece of plastic that I had. I cut out that gingerbread house out of the same color sheet of 6x6 paper, and then I just weaved my hot fuse tool all the way around the edge, just leaving a tiny gap. And on this We Are Memory Keepers little mat, it works perfect. It just works perfect. I didn't even have to go over it twice. And I'm fussy cutting it. It's so exciting to even watch it. Yes, and you go as close as you can without cutting the fuse that you made, but you want to leave a little hole in the top there to put your sparkles and your glitter. And I put 5 different colors in there to match. And now we're going to do some more fussy cutting on the others. I do one of these fuse shaker cards for the front and the back of the card, because you know, if I do a vintage card, every side of the card has to have an element. And this, I decided to have a shaker card and use my fuse, and I love it. Now there's all different colors there inside. Isn't that pretty? And there's one on the other side, and we are going to do little wee scenery on each of these that'll be totally different. And I think you're really going to like it. I can't wait. I don't know who I'm going to give this card to, but I'm into colors lately. So here, it's amazing that you can use your glue gun too. I'm going to put that out there, especially using the plastic, but it worked wonderfully. And there you have my gingerbread, identical on the front and the back. And now we're moving on to some beautiful alcohol ink. I love doing alcohol ink. I love painting with the alcohol ink. I hope you will enjoy. I'll see you back when it's finished. have to tell you here, I love painting with alcohol inks, and the more colors you use to interact together, the better. It's absolutely wonderful. So now I am stamping gumdrops. Oh yeah, what gingerbread house can you have without gumdrops all the way around? So I took my Tim Holtz inks, my neon inks, and went crazy. And wait till you hear this. Fussy cutting. Every element in this card I had to fussy cut. Oh yeah. And now we're moving along to the Hero Arts ombre inks. For these little gaffers right here, look at the ombre effect you get using them. You get 3 colors all at once. It's beautiful. Okay, get your fingers ready because we are going to heat set this with clear embossing powder and fussy cut. After I do this ink to paper technique, I use the ombre ink and I just slide it. I pounce it and slide it for the background because I don't want to see any white cardstock behind these little gingerbread men. So this to me was just perfect. Look at that. Wouldn't that make wonderful bark as well, like tree bark? Oh yeah, it was beautiful. And you know me, I have to clean up my mess after each little technique, so that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm going to heat emboss this. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And then I fussy cut 30 little gumdrops, and I think I did 12 little gingerbread men, 12 or 14. And now I am doing my, whoops, what happened there, Carol? I am using the ombre inks here for 4 to 6 of the, see how you get the pink to the red, of these candy canes. And then I used Rio Red, and I used another Stampin' Up! Red, but I can't remember the name. And yeah, I'm just showing you the doors there. It's fun to edit, isn't it? You just put in the things that I think you'd like to see. So here's that Stampin' Up! Set. The background has that lines in it like bark, and I put that down with brown, and now I'm stamping the little trees, and we're going to fussy cut those out, and I'm going around all 20 or 30 of these little gumdrops because I don't like to see the white cardstock show, and I've already put them around the gingerbread house there. And now I cut out the center of the gingerbread. I took the door out and the pieces that had the frill where I put those little gumdrops, just so I had the white, because the purple that was on there, I wanted it to just show through as a shadow. Yes. And the reason I put the acetate on there was the fact of doing the alcohol inking. I could just color with alcohol ink all day long. I love it. Well, here we're using Copics, another technique, on these little wee evergreen trees. And I color them all differently because I want to get a different look on each side of the page. And here's that cutesy wootsy little mouse. I fussy cut 3 of them. I wanted one on a gingerbread shoulder holding a gumdrop, and I wanted one down in the little trees I put down there. These are so cute. I'm using C2, C5, and R20 for the ears and the cheeks. Can you believe it? Look how tiny that is. But it's adorable. Yes, I'm putting that one right in the clump of trees. And I used my glue gun for this because it gave me dimension. If I wanted to lift one tree up, I just used more glue. And here I am taking different colored greens. I have 3 different colors. And on a couple of them, I add a little bit of dots on the corners, you know, just trying to build some dimension with the trees. And then I'm going to use my, there it is, my Pico Irresistible Embellisher. I love saying that. It's kind of like the Tombow Mono Multi. I used to get tongue-tied on that all the time. Now it's my Pico Embellisher from, I think it's Sukaniko. Say all that. So here I'm just doing the left side of the trees darker, and I'm using the Irresistible on the right. And this is the consistency is more liquid than glossy accents or beacon glue. So it is nice, and I used the one that had a little bit of silver glitter in it. And I used my boing boing there. You know those things you buy, I can't remember what, you see them up there on the upper right? I did two, there's my mouse, look at him. And I used enamel accents for all the eyes, so they're sticking up there. And I wanted the little, there's another boing boing gingerbread man on top there. I put him a little crooked just to give him some, you know, character right there. I added 3 boing boing, yes. And I put the Pico Irresistible liquid on just about everything there. I'm telling you, I went crazy. Look at that. And there's the little... Oh yeah, I'm having so much fun. And look at, you have your fuse tool, you have your boing boing thingies, whatever they're called. They're not gook, I don't know what it is, but here's my Pico embellishing liquid again on these candy canes. I love it. I'm glad I didn't use the clear. I did the one that had a little bit of silver in it, and look at that. How cute are the elements in there? If I can keep my hand off from boinging that. Look at, I can't oh yeah, I enjoy making cards. Can you tell? I love it. And look at those gumdrops with that Pico Embellish Irresistible on there. Just looks like you could eat them up. Love it. So now I didn't like so much yellow, so I decided to make the yellow the undertone and go over it with green. And then I do the tree trunk with 2 shades of brown. And I love the alcohol inks. Oh yes, you know I have to do all the creases. You don't want to have white cardstock showing, so just either take a Memento Tuxedo Black marker or whatever. Now here's our liquids applique. Sorry, I jumped right in there. Look at, I love this stuff. You heat it up and it poofs right out. And this is where you have some fun. This is fun time, folks, where you get to heat it up and watch it do its thing. It's beautiful. You get this at Michael's and use your coupon, and it's very affordable and it works for snow every time. You will love it. And now let's see it do its thing. Come on, look at, I tried to get it close for you so you could see it. Doesn't it look like real, it looks like snowballs. Forget about snowflakes. And I'm putting some on the door. I'm making a little hill. And you don't want to do it back and forth. Make it really scribbly because it really does look like snow like that. Watch when I put the heat to it. Look at, isn't that amazing stuff? I put it on the bottom of the door. I put snow falling on the little gingerbread house. It's important all the time too. Yeah, fold it over so you can see what it's going to look like compared to the other side. I love the fact that the brown is on one side and the blue sky on the other. I love it. So now we open it up here and close it, open it, close it. They're all dry. They stayed firm like that. And we're heading to the end of this card. And thank you for, if you're gone this far with me, thank you so much for staying and watching my videos. I sure do appreciate it because it is quite late here. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Well, we need a fastener for the card. We're winding down and we're going to use the little snowman. I loved coming up with this type card. I was thrilled. I just take it a little step at a time and see where my imagination takes me. And this is where my imagination took me for the gingerbread men and the gingerbread house. So I'm going to end it with little jingle bells on top of the heads right here with some red embroidery floss. That's what that is. And now I'm taking my floss threader. Yes, I'm used to using that. Working in dental most of my life. Floss threaders, floss threaders, floss threaders. Yes. Make sure your teeth are nice and clean. Well, orthodontics wise. Anyway, I'm off topic. Here I am. I'm just using my gingerbread men. I folded them in half because each side is exact. And I love the way that they came together. Now, these are my glue dots. I'm putting them on there to hold the bow in place so it didn't move. Well, thank you very much for joining me once again. I must say it 1,000 times, but I do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just email me. Thank you for your comments. To all my new subscribers, thank you so much. And here you have it. This is what my mind came up with when I took the die and stamp set out. I wanted to have an interactive card, and I wanted a floating gingerbread house. Yes, that just completed my day, and I just tied them in there, stuck them in the candy canes to hold them, jingle, jingle, jingle on their heads. And there you have it, my friends. We have a shaker card. We have so many elements all wrapped up in here, different techniques. And thank you for letting me share it with you. I love making cards. I love making vintage cards especially. And I certainly had fun making this one. So please leave your comments. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you, like I said. And I will see you on the next card video. Take care, everybody.